So, what is going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Revenge of the Fallen. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be in the title. Hubcap. Yes, Hubcap. This figure has a weird story to him. Kind of weird. It's not too weird. So, as a kid, I was watching a video by Hugh Adams, whose review was of this guy. Later that exact day, I would go to a flea market, and who would be sat there on the table but Hubcap? I immediately scooped him up, and this guy has been one of my favorite Legends class figures ever since. And yeah, this guy is really, really solid. Like, I don't have many issues with this guy. One issue he might have to some is he had no accessories at the time. And so that means he has none now. He also doesn't have hands that can hold accessories. They're sculpted in such a way that they cannot. He also has that generic Legends class type thing where, of course, he's full of bits, like the door on the arm, or like these. I kind of wish these could rotate up. I think it'd be way cooler if these were eligible to be like that instead, and then have the arms come down. I think that'd be cool instead of how we got it. Or even if they were like that and then rotated down, I think that'd be really, really, really cool. As far as he goes, he looks really nice, other than a bit of scuffage here on the pipes. And this guy is he's just nice looking. Another thing you might have an issue with is the kibbly bits on the back. There's a good bit of them. A nice amount of them, even. And, I mean, they're there. Nothing much you can do about them, unfortunately. Oh, the back's relatively clean with just the windshield. There's the flap behind the head. Speaking of the head, there he is. Very generic face, nothing more. He has that kind of brownish gray colored plastic, which is intriguing. Throughout him, he also has the unpainted looking plastic. And I mean, he does just look good all around. Autobot badge right there, bit scuffed up. I mean, as far as the robot goes, it just looks great. His articulation's also pretty good. He does have a ball joint in the head, but it is very restricted due to the panel here, unfortunately. Forward and back. Outward is also restricted by these. Elbow is a ball joint, as most Legends figures tend to be. Forward and back. Knee joint. And he does have forward and back of the foot. Not that it really matters, though. Mainly because it's blocked. Yeah, that's Hubcap's robot mode, and he looks really, really solid. Let's get into his transformation, which is beyond simple. Beyond simple. Fold up the chest piece, which will bring the head with it, and then fold it back, and that will form the front end of the car. Take the arms and fold them up. They will peg in right there. You can kind of see the port, and then the pegs on the shoulder there. And then fold up like so. Take his legs, peg them together like so. Fold those down, and then fold that up. And kind of collapse the legs inward. And then straighten up the door paneling and everything. And there is Hubcap in his alt mode, which is beautiful. An old styled car from like the 50s, something like that. Kind of like the G1 or the G2 Hot Rods type automobiles, you know? That type of thing. It's a really nice classic car. As far as paint goes, really good on them. Headlights are painted. Wheels are painted. Even the rear lights got some love. One thing I kind of wish they may have gotten is the little bit of what looks to be where the trunk would be, or the, you know. Also, the door handles are nothing. But hey, they even painted the windows in black. And he does roll a little funny, mainly because it's depending on how you transform him. In my case. I don't think I transformed them the best. Okay. I mean, as far as an alt mode goes, really, really good. I mean, it is nice. And this is a really short review, but let's just get to the thoughts on him. This figure is a great Legends figure. Like, he is insanely good. And as I mentioned, one of my favorites they've ever come out with. Because he's the perfect fiddle toy. He's easy to transform. He has a great robot mode that has pretty great articulation considering the size and the time period in which this came out, which would have been like 2009, 2010, if I'm not mistaken. So this guy is just really articulate, everything like that. The alt mode's great. Color's great. He's showing up a bit more orangey on the camera, I think. He's still kind of red. He's kind of like a tomato red on the camera, it looks like. But he's a bit more red than that. In real life, he's a little bit different looking. I mean, he's just a really good figure, and if you could ever find one, wholeheartedly recommended. Of course, not for too much, but if you ever seen one at like a garage sale or like a flea market, anything like that, thrift stores, just get him if he's complete, of course. But yeah, so rating wise, I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5. I don't care. I'm going to hand these things out now. He's a great figure, and I love this figure a lot. Maybe the issue would be that he doesn't come with accessories, but most of the figures from this era and line don't have accessories, because I own a good few. They don't come with them. Most of them have them built in. So in this case, perfectly well and good. But this has been my review of Hubcap. This has been Eilt Elite signing out.